If you subscribe to my channel, then you've seen the past reviews I've done on multiple battery packs or external battery chargers. Many of these are powered by 18650 rechargeable batteries. This particular solar battery pack, in one of my more recent videos, we took apart and I found out that it is not, in fact, the 24,000 milliamps that it says it is. It's actually 16,000. If you want to see that video, just click the little info bar right there. This is my trusty Anker. It's a 10,000 milliamp pack. It goes pretty much everywhere with me. Only has one charging port, but it is a true fast charging charger. And then there's this Bonai. It's just another off-brand charger. It's 10,000 milliamps. What I'm gonna do today is go through and compare these as I should have done in the beginning and show you how fast they charge. We've gone over capacity in the other videos, but I haven't really given you the charging speed. And for that, in this video, I'm focusing primarily on the charging speed because fast charging is the new thing. It's not really even new. It's just something that you really need. On today's phones, the batteries are a lot larger and it takes a considerable amount of time to charge. And the last thing you want if you're in a backup battery situation is to have to wait a long time for your battery to charge. So what I'm going to do to start is I'm going to use the wall charger, and it is a true fast charging wall charger, and then we will go from there. To test these, I'm using this tool that I recently purchased. After doing my reviews, I of course watched other reviews and found out that I was really shortchanging everybody by not showing the true abilities of the charger, I guess. So this is basically a multimeter, and I'll show you in a minute. It gives you a time, the amount of milliamps charged into the battery, and the current, and the current voltage of the charger. So first we're going to start with the wall charger, and it's worth saying that I will also be using an Anker fast charging cable. You can see that. It is an Anker brand cable. It's confirmed fast charging. It actually came with this Anker battery pack here. So I know it's fast charging, and I'm going to use this cable throughout all of these tests. And I'm going to be using them on my phone that I'm using to record, that you won't be able to see, but you will be able to see the meter. So the only thing that will change during these tests is the actual packs themselves. So to get a baseline, we're going to start with the wall charger. Now to set this up, you're going to take the wall charger and just plug it in, plug the multimeter into it anyway, just like that. And then I'm going to take my charging cable and plug it into the output. And then we're going to just plug this in. As you can see, it powered up. Okay, now you can see it. It's currently outputting 5.23 volts. It's got a timer, current sensor, and then a milliamp sensor. What I'm going to do first is just plug this into my phone and let you see how it changes. As you see, it goes up to 9 volts. And the amperage seems to jump around a good bit. It'll take it a minute to settle. And I don't know what type of circuit they use in these to sense what the battery needs, but for some reason it chose 9 volts instead of the 5 volts. Alright, over 2 minutes has elapsed now. You can see it's put 25 milliamps into my phone. it's steady around 9 volts and about 0.5 amps, which is lower than it stated. So next we are going to reset this. It's got a little reset button you can hold. And I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. We'll move this out of the way since we won't need it anymore. And we'll start with the Anker battery pack. As you can see, the Anker jumps up to a little over 9 volts, and it's doing about the same amperage as the wall charger did. And I know from experience, this Anker battery pack with this cable charges my phone to full in about 1.5 hours. That's from a completely dead battery, which is pretty impressive. The one thing I haven't accounted for in this video is whatever type of loss there is between the battery bank and the cable. I don't know how I can really account for the loss that the multimeter itself is causing, but I'm sure it's noteworthy. But still, this is a good comparison of the wall charger versus the battery packs. And as you can see, the Anker is comparable to a wall charger. It's providing roughly the same amount of power to my phone as the wall charger did. So next, we're going to go to the Bonai 10,000 milliamp charger. And what I want to show you real quick, the Bonai charger says it has a 10,000 milliamp capacity, and it says the output should be 2.1 amps. So let's give that a try. I'm going to reset this. And the Bonai charger says that both ports output the same power. So the Bonai charger is outputting 5 volts at around 1 amp, which is twice the amperage of the wall charger or the Anker battery that we just used. Now, I don't really know what the difference is in voltage versus amps. I mean, I know the difference in that. I'm saying it seems like when a charger goes to 9 volts, the amperage is lower. So when the voltage is higher, the current's lower. And for some reason, when something charges at 5 volts, it is able to pass more amperage onto the battery. As you can see, we've already put 21 milliamps into my phone in just 1 minute. And so that's a pretty good charging time. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And this battery is one that I've carried regularly and used. You know, the stuff that I review is stuff that I use regularly. So I'm not bashing any of these products by any means. But like I said, this one is outputting 5 volts and twice the amperage as the other ones. Now, I don't know if there is a way to kick down the voltage from 10 volts to 5 volts on the Anker, because then we would probably see an amperage jump. And that's also the same thing with the wall charger. And that may have something to do with the cable that I'm using. But for transparency, I'm going to continue using the same cable on this test so you get a good idea of how these stack up against each other. Alright, well now you can see that that's charging very well. Last, we're going to go ahead and try out this solar battery pack. Well, this one's by Ploki. It says it's 24,000 milliamps. We know, in fact, that it is only 16,000 milliamps. But even at 16,000, that's still a good sized battery. Now this one has an output of 5 volts at 2.4 amps max. So let's just plug it in here. We've got 3 outputs. And since there is no instruction saying that any of those are any different, we're going to try them all just to see if they are any different. So it looks like this battery pack is outputting about 4.9 volts and about 0.9 amps, which is not bad. Let's try another port. See if they're all the same. It's just a very small amount higher than the last port. It's interesting, but it's not really enough to make any difference. 0.9 versus 0.96 amps. It's not going to be a huge difference in the grand scheme of things. So let's try this last port here. And it seems to have settled right around 0.9 as well. So it's safe to say that all of those ports work as they should. So let's draw a conclusion from all this. What I can conclusively say is that all of these battery chargers will charge your phone at roughly the same speed. So if you're going for a fast charging solution, then these that say fast charging likely are a fast charging battery pack. One of the key things you need is a good fast charging cable. So don't overlook your charging cable when you're searching for a good battery pack, because the charging cable is very important. Now, what I can't say exactly is the capacity of these packs. Now I know for sure this one is 16,000 because we calculated it, and I'm very certain that this is 10,000 because that's what Anker says, and that's a trusted company by many people. As far as the Bonai goes, it says it's 10,000, and it probably holds 4 batteries, and those are usually 2,000 milliamps each, so it would probably be an 8,000 milliamp pack if I had to guess. But one surefire way to test that would be to run that battery pack completely dead and then take this little charger, this little multimeter, and plug it in between the charging cable and the battery pack, and it will show me exactly how many milliamps it is pouring into the battery. And once the time is up and the battery is full, then I will have an exact number of how many milliamps the capacity of the battery is. So I hope you like this video. I know it's kind of dry, but if it helps you out in any way, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to come back and watch some more of my stuff, just subscribe. I try to upload several times a week. And if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.